Apparently. Yeah. No, actually, Teresa's usually the one who puts the music on in the mornings because she beats me here, and then I come in right after her, get the presentation pulled up, and then I disappear after that because I don't want to teach. But I do teach orientation. This I actually can explain. It's the Ignite that I don't teach because I'm not licensed. So I'm like, I don't think you want my advice on how to do an open house anyways. So I'm just gonna let somebody else show you those ropes. All right.
Good. It's good. But I mean, plus you got something to celebrate. Yeah, did good this week. Set up something new. Good.
How about you?
All right, guys, are you ready to go ahead and get started on orientation? I didn't want to interrupt because I love when you guys actually get to know each other. And I'm like, this is so good. I don't even say anything. All righty, but we will go ahead and get started. Nick, you're welcome to show your face if you'd like. You do not have to. That's entirely up to you. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the purpose of orientation, guys, is to show you kwbresources.com. And that's going to be our Valentine specific webpage. And it's really going to show you all the resources in one hub for what you have access to as a KWB agent. So I want to show you guys how to really navigate this web page because there is so much on it that sometimes it's easy to get a little lost. And I want you also to know where to turn for a lot of this information before you have to necessarily go and try to find somebody who's got the answer. A lot of it actually is accessible to you through this website. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started here. Again, that website is kwbresources.com. That's going to be the website that is specific to our market center. This is not done by Keller Williams International. So this is just for our agents here. And it is updated very frequently. When you get to kwbresources.com, the first thing you will see here is actually going to be this nice like open door here. I'm going to show you the first thing here is this new agent tab. Under the new agent tab, and I like to show this to you guys as new agents because this is where a lot of that information is going to live that you guys are going to be asking about in the first few weeks that you're here. So if you were to click on the learn more under getting started here on the left-hand side, what's going to happen is it's going to pull you actually to a checklist. So this kind of is a PDF breakdown of what onboarding entails. So whether you are in the middle of onboarding or just starting your onboarding, if you've already passed through all of your onboarding process, it does kind of give you an overview of what's going to be asked of you, who you can expect to hear from, when you can expect to hear from these individuals. But more importantly, what I'd like to share with you guys, especially as most of you have gone through onboarding already, is I'd like to show you guys the things you can do immediately. The first thing is that you can obviously go through KWB resources, and we're going to do that together for the first time today. There's also an office calendar that we will talk about on this webpage as well. And that's going to tell you everything that we've got going on in the Market Center, training wise, events, anything like that. And that's really going to be something that I'm going to highlight for you guys as well. Joining Ignite, which I know several of you already went through portions of Ignite last time, which thank you so much. I hope you guys took away a lot of value from Ignite. It's one of our favorite programs that we offer here, and it is 20 sessions worth of great foundational material. It's kind of, we always joke, it's everything that they left out in real estate school. The next time Ignite will be picking up again, we actually launch again on April 28th. It's a Friday. That's actually going to be a 3-hour orientation to Ignite. Jess Pegg is going to lead that and kind of just highlight everything that you can be expecting in the next 4 weeks. And then the Ignite sessions will begin on May 1st. And they run Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And they're very, very great to be involved in. The next thing on this bullet point checklist here is joining our Facebook pages. There's 2 Facebook pages in particular that I'm going to highlight, and I will show you guys that as we get a little further into the web page here. The next is attending office meetings, one of which is orientation. So congratulations, guys. You're already on a great start. And then the very last bullet point here is to register your car with Torrington Preferred Parking. And the reason that's on here, I will say I have never seen someone be towed, but I also want everyone to be kind of, proactive and make sure that we've got everything situated correctly. So Torrington technically does have reserved parking. There are a few visitor spots around the building, but they are like very limited. So I always just recommend you guys get the parking pass anyways, because it just saves you some time and headache of trying to find one of those 6 spots. Good morning. So if you were to click on that link there, it's going to take you actually to the preferred parking here. You are allowed, so it'll ask you to create just a quick login. This is free to you, by the way. It is $0 for you to register your car, but you will go ahead. We are building 2. We're this funky one right here. So we're the yellow parking passes, and you can fill out, you'll say that you're with Keller Williams. You can put the office phone number there. And then you can register up to 3 different vehicles with the same tag. So if your spouse, you might switch cars with them. You've got, hey, I just got 2 cars because you never know if the weather's nice. I want to take the convertible out. Either or, you can register up to 3 vehicles here. And again, that's free to you. And what's going to happen is when that pass is brought to the office, it'll actually be walked over to us. It will be set in your mail folder here. And the reason that I go all this roundabout way is I like to tell you guys that you have mail folders. So as part of your onboarding process, Miss Sue up at the front desk will make you guys a mail folder. And that is going to be in a small room just to the right of her front desk. And that's where any mail that you guys ever have directed to the office can be found. You guys will have a file folder in there that's alphabetized by your last name. So any like actual envelope style mail will be dropped there. And then also any packages that you guys have can be found in the mailroom as well. They're usually sitting on top of those filing cabinets. And typically speaking, when you receive a package, Sue will send you an email just to let you know that there's something here waiting for you. But yeah, so really all this was trying to gear up and get to the mail folder conversation as well. But please do register your car as quickly as possible. It can take a couple weeks for the pass to come in, but really what's important is that they just have your information on file so you have less to worry about. The next little bit here, again, we're back to that new agent tab. I'm actually going to show you under this basic training option. If you were to select learn more, this is going to take us to Scott Leroy's website. So Scott Leroy Marketing, for those of you who do not know, they are our third-party marketing consultant that we use and partner very closely with. They are responsible for setting up all of your tech information here at KW. So they're going to give you that email. They give you the website, your command login information. And it's really, they are an amazing resource as well. So these individuals are very intelligent and very familiar with KW technology. So actually, they are usually my first recommendation for you guys. If you have any questions or experiencing any tech issues, maybe you want to update and send in a bio, maybe you didn't make one right away, you can shoot all of that information directly to Scott Leroy Marketing at support@scottleroymarketing.com. You'll usually get a response actually within 3 to 5 minutes. Oh, yeah, I didn't write that. I was like, what? What's behind me? I actually did not write that, so I can't take credit for that. That was perfect timing, wasn't it? So Scott Leroy actually usually gets back to you within 5 to 10 minutes. So they're very highly responsive and very, very helpful. And a lot of times what's great about Scott Leroy is instead of even a lot of times they will send you a video to explain and kind of tutorial style show you how to solve something yourself. But a lot of times too, they'll even say, you know what? Let me save you the trouble. I'll do that for you on the back end. And that's amazing. We love when they leverage. But Scott Leroy's marketing's website does have a lot of amazing resources on it that I do like to share. I'm only going to highlight a couple because I know I don't want to take up all of our time on this one website. However, if you do go under the agent resources tab, and if you were to go to their training calendar, it will ask you to put in our market center number. A number you will see quite often is 350, and that's going to be our market center number. So all you have to type is 350 and hit enter, and it will take you to their live calendar. And so this is actually 1 to 2 p.m. They do Zoom trainings through Scott Leroy to explain your technology and help walk you through how to use it, whether that's navigating through command, the basic level, fundamental skills with that, DocuSign at a fundamental level, or if that's even going a step further and saying, okay, today we're going to craft a Facebook ad. So they do a bunch of different stuff. And the reason I like to share this with you is I know that Tech Tuesdays are offered here in the Market Center, and those are phenomenal resources as well. Jules and Leah actually have a background from Scott Leroy. So they're very knowledgeable individuals, but maybe Tuesdays from 1 to 2 is just not great for my schedule. A Friday from 1 to 2 is much more doable for me, maybe a Monday. They do offer those trainings 1 to 2 o'clock, Monday through Friday. So I like to just give you guys that as an extra resource if you're looking for some tech training, especially if like a live class is much better for you because you can ask questions. So I do like to share this bit here. I also like to share with you guys under the agent store. If you just select that store drop-down menu, it will take you to agentstore.com. So if you guys are looking for business cards, if you guys are looking for name tags, anything like that, this is a great resource. You are not limited to using agentstore.com. You're welcome to go a Vistaprint route and Etsy. You know, if you want to do something fancy and very individual to you, you're more than welcome to do that. I like to share this though, because again, they've got pre-done templates. So it's as easy as plug and play with your information. It can take up like 5 minutes total to make this happen. And the other great point about this is they offer a fantastic price point. I was able to order 500 of my own business cards for $35. So they do offer a pretty competitive price point. So if you're looking for something that's, hey, you know, creativity is not my strong suit, I just want to be able to plug and play, this is a great opportunity for you guys to do that for a competitive price. So that's just one to share with you. I will also note that if you guys are provisional brokers at all, you should get approval from either Tasha or Sabra on your business card before you order them to print. I just don't want, I know there's some legal information you're required to share on there as a PB. Good morning. And I don't want anybody to get, oh no, I printed 500 and I missed some information on there. I don't want that to happen to anybody. So just share your designs with Tasha or Sabra. Yes. Yes. And that's just in case, just in case, like if anything is missing from there, they'll be able to tell you right away. I just don't want you to get into any situation where you accidentally may have printed them already and then found out after the fact that there was something missing and then you have to scrap all those cards. And that's really the only thing. I'm not trying to create an extra step. I just don't want anyone to end up sinking in money to something that ended up not having the legal requirements on it. So I will share their contact information with you guys in just a moment as well. But the next little drop down here, if you see, we do have our Facebook pages. I'm actually only going to talk about these top two here though. This first one, most of you should have received an email from me with some rainbow balloons at the bottom of it as part of your onboarding. And that Facebook link was shared to you then. But if you missed it, you're more than welcome to select it here. This is a private Facebook group that is all of our 500 agents in this office as well as leadership team. And it's exclusive to just us on there so that we can be communicating. I know a lot of times you're not going to see 500 people in this room at one point. So it's a great way for you to reach out to a lot of different agents in the office. It's a really great communication platform. And it's also great because it's an opportunity for more collaboration. And that's all what we're here for as KW Valentine, is we are here to collaborate and help each other succeed. So if you guys are looking to ask questions, if you guys are just looking, a lot of times you'll even see people will post and say, hey, I'm looking for someone to help with a showing, or I'm looking for someone to host my open house. I'm going to be out of town. So if that's an opportunity for you guys right away to get your foot in the door as new agents. It's also a great way for you guys to get to establish those relationships with some of our other agents in the office. And you'll also see me on there. I'm there probably 5-6 times a day, and I'm just posting all the great stuff we've got coming up. You'll probably get annoyed of it at some point, but it is me just kind of updating you on everything KWB, what we've got coming up in the next couple weeks. So that's a great way for you also to be aware of what's happening in the office. This next one here is our strategic alliance partners. Those are our preferred vendor partners. So as KWB agents, you guys have access to a wonderful preferred vendor program. All of these individuals have been vetted by other KWB agents, so we know that they offer a great product or service for your clients. And so this page actually is welcome to any agents to join, but also our vendor partners are a part of that page. So if you guys are looking for anybody, if maybe you are brand new in the business, I don't know any photographers, I'm wondering who I should reach out to, you'll be able to connect with different photographers just through that page. It's as simple as either searching them as photographer, photography, or just even scrolling through and just seeing, hey, has anybody posted anything about what they do? It's a great way, especially for you guys to get that rule of 3, get different quotes from different people. So I do like to share that as well as a great Facebook page to be a part of. I am an admin on both of these pages, so any requests that you send to join these pages, I can approve later today so that you guys can have access to all of that information. A little bit lower down here, we do have access to Kellerisms. This is also a handout you will receive as part of Ignite. Our Kellerisms are a PDF breakdown of actually just kind of the language you'll hear here at Keller Williams. You'll notice some of the terms don't necessarily apply anywhere else. So in that event, if you're wondering, okay, so what is a capper? What is, I can't even think of, I was going to say 315, but I don't think that's it. But there are different terms that we use here at Keller Williams that are specific to our firm, and they are amazing. But if you're wondering what those mean, and maybe you're a little nervous to ask the question, you can absolutely check on this Kellerism sheet here. It will break down everything into real world terms. So if you're wondering what Teresa as our team leader does or what her role equates to, it'll explain it here as well. And there's just a lot of terminology broken down here to help out with any confusion that you're feeling in the first few weeks, first few months that you're here. The next little bit here, still all under this new agent tab, is about command. So if you guys are getting comfortable with command, if you guys have questions about command, this is a great resource. It's actually called answers.kw.com. It's an entire web page built up of frequently asked questions about command and understanding how it works. So if you learn well from reading about the answers rather than seeing it done in a tutorial or a video shared screen, this is a great opportunity for you guys to get answers on demand as you're working through commands, because command is our CRM here at KW. It was built by KW for KW. So while it can be amazing, and they did actually just release some incredible updates that we're very excited about, they also, sometimes there can be a glitch or two here and there. And maybe you guys want to voice that, hey, actually, I think if we just moved it maybe like this, you guys could share your suggestions as well on a sister website to this, which is ideas.kw.com. You're welcome to drop any feedback, suggestions on how you think that things could be benefited or improved. So feel free to share your suggestions, but also if you're looking just for basic information on how to navigate, answers.kw.com is a great tool for you guys. We go a little bit further, there is access to Ignite materials, but that's also something available to you guys. So as you join Ignite, I do have a PDF that I'm happy to share with you guys if you prefer digital. If you prefer to do paper, which I know I'm a paper and pen kind of gal, if you prefer paper and pen, we do offer spiral bound Ignite books for $35, and you're welcome to purchase those with Lynn Davis. She's our MCA. And she sits right across the hall from me. So we will happily work on that as we get a little bit closer to Ignite. Don't need to worry about that today, but you're welcome to stop by if you'd like. The next thing here is our training calendar. So you'll notice here on this website that there's several different ways to pull to the same information. So I'm going to try to not get too far into it. I'm going to try to show you guys the most convenient way to locate this information. So we're going to bypass the training calendar for now, but we will come back to it. The next little bit down here is scheduling a conference room. So we do have 6 different conference rooms here at KWB that are accessible to you guys at any point in time. If you guys would like to book a conference room, it's as simple as going into, this is going to actually navigate you to a separate website called Skeda. You'll create a quick login information. I usually recommend use your KW email as the email address for your login. And then you will be able to see a drop down, or sorry, not a drop down, a spreadsheet actually, and it will break it down by each conference room. It will say at the top the capacity that they hold in there. It will also let you see all the time slots that have already been booked for the room, but you guys are welcome to book up to 2 hours a day in any conference rooms, whether that's 2 hours at once, maybe 30 minutes in a couple different rooms throughout the day, whatever that looks like. But we do encourage you guys to take advantage of this resource here. It's really great for you guys for coaching conversations, for client consultations. We do try to stick to kind of that collaborative effort and making sure that it's something that you're engaging with others for. If you're just looking more for a quiet space to work, you guys are welcome to. If the training room is empty, you're welcome to sit in here. If the hub is a little bit quieter one day and you want to sit there, we've got a tech lounge. We also have several cubicles that you guys are welcome to sit at for a few hours. We have some day desks in the back here as well. So you guys are welcome to use those if you're really just looking for more like solitary and a quiet space to get your work done. But if you guys are doing a client consultation coaching sessions like that, please do use these conference rooms. They're here for you. So all of that information was all just nestled under that new agent tab. So I will just take us back to that home page. If you were to scroll just a little bit further down here, you will see all of the wonderful individuals on our leadership team and what their roles are, as well as their email addresses. So if you guys are wondering who do I contact about maybe changing my coach or maybe just getting into coaching in general, that's actually going to be Michelle Amador. Her email is listed there, so you guys can get in touch with her right away. If you guys were scrolling a little bit further, Jules and Leah, our wonderful tech coordinators, they do share a can't miss video of the week. They update this fairly regularly, but right now they're actually sharing an ultimate DocuSign and command overview. So a great 25-minute video there that kind of gives you, again, a great idea of the fundamentals for navigating both of those platforms. If you scroll a little bit further down, you will eventually come upon our office calendar. The fastest way to get to that, though, is actually just to click this tab up here, and it will just drag you right to where you want to be, so you don't have to go through all that scrolling. But this is our office training calendar, and it breaks down absolutely anything and everything that we have going on here. So if you guys are looking for an event to get involved in, you're looking for the next training that you guys would like to utilize to take your business to the next level, this is where you can find all of that information. So you'll see here that we've got some amazing stuff coming up in April. Some of it will look like it's getting chopped off here. So all you have to do is click on it to actually see the full breakdown. You'll be able to see an event description, any registration links that are required, as well as information if that's there as well. So one, for example, Win with Sellers with Stuart Downey, that's coming here in 2 weeks, which we're super excited about. If you guys are interested in doing that class in particular, you'll be able to find a little bit more information here about the class. You'll have the registration link that you guys can sign up using. And there's also usually an attached flyer as well, so you guys can get a little bit more information if you're interested. But really, it just tries to be as inclusive as possible, give you all the information at once, so you guys know right away if this is something that you're interested in, and you're able to just go ahead and start signing up. Again, I will be on that Facebook page sharing all this information with you regularly, just so that it's staying in front of you guys. But if you guys are looking as a okay, what's my month going to look like? This is a great way for you guys to see everything that we've got going on here at the Market Center. And there is a lot. So feel free, if you've got questions about anything as you go through this calendar and you're not quite sure, okay, maybe should I go to this? You're welcome to always email me. I'm happy to share any information I have on the events with you. The calendar is kind of like my baby. This is what I work very closely with. So I get super excited about it when we've got a really great calendar coming up. I will say, just as a reminder, since some of you may have missed, you'll notice that tomorrow is blank. Tomorrow, the office is technically closed. What that means, though, is that leadership will not be here. So me, Lynn Davis, Teresa, we will not be in. However, you guys are all welcome to still come in if you would like to be here. The only thing that will be required is that you guys will need a key fob. So those key fobs will give you 24/7 access to the building. You'll be able to access it over the weekends, on holidays. If you guys want to be here on Christmas, you are welcome to be here on Christmas. But that key fob, all you will do is you'll actually swipe it over. There's a little black box just to the right of the double doors downstairs. You'll swipe it over that. You'll see a green light flash at you. You'll hear a little beep, and you'll be able to go ahead in. Once you're in those double doors, nothing else is off limits to you. The elevators work fine. This floor is not locked. So you guys will be able to access the rest of the floor at any point. And I know many of us probably do not have a key fob right now. That's part of your onboarding. So if anybody does not have one that would like one after this class, you guys will follow me back to my office and we'll go grab you a key fob. We also have a fitness center as well. It's in a building across the way, but still part of this office park. And it's a smaller scale fitness center, but still free for you guys to use as a KW Ballantyne agent. So if anybody would like access to the fitness center as well, please let me know, because I can get your key fob activated to that too. All right, we're going to scroll just a little bit further down here. So if you guys are looking for just kind of a general, okay, so our team meetings, when are they again? So if you guys are looking for some of those recurring meetings, when I can expect those to come back around, that's just a quick breakdown of what those meetings are when they come back around. ALC meetings are done the third Tuesday every month at 11 a.m. Team meetings are the second and fourth Tuesday at 11 a.m. And we also have Tech Tuesdays every Tuesday from 1 to 2:30. All right, so scrolling a little bit further, two of the ladies that were not highlighted above in the rest of the leadership are Sabra and Tasha, because they do deserve their own separate pedestal. They are amazing. So Sabra is our wonderful broker in charge, and Tasha Viney is our amazing BIC associate here at KWB. Both women are so knowledgeable and very, very helpful and kind. So if you guys are having any questions as you guys are getting comfortable here, especially as you're in the midst of a transaction, if you've got especially legal questions, things like that, make sure you're consulting your BIC as often as you need to. Sabra is here to help. She does oversee 500 agents though. So we do actually give you an extra resource here that is kind of your first contact. And I will get into that in just a second. But if you guys are reaching out to ask for approval on your business cards, this is the email address I would recommend you use. It is KW Ballantyne BIC. Oops, sorry, I just highlighted everything. It is the KW Ballantyne BIC at gmail.com. That is a joint email address actually shared by Tasha and Sabra. So it's a really great opportunity for you guys to ask more administrative questions or what we like to consider non-urgent. They're still checking that inbox several times throughout the day between the two of them, but this is more, my hair is not on fire, somebody is not in legal trouble, I will email this email address. If you guys are ever having a true legal issue in any transactions, go straight to Sabra directly, and her contact information is shared here as well. One thing to know though is Sabra is typically not in the office, but Tasha is, and again, equally knowledgeable. So if you guys have any questions and you're in the office, Tasha's office hours are also posted right here for you guys, so you are aware of when you guys can come by and ask her some questions. And Tasha actually has an office just out here in the hub, just behind those tables. So you'll be able to see her. Her door's always open. She's fantastic. A little bit further down here, we do have our Agent Leadership Council. So these individuals are some of our top 20% agents. They've actually chosen to volunteer a little bit more of their time to representing different committees here at KW Ballantyne. And these committees are here to help Ballantyne grow, help get Ballantyne constantly be improving and evolving. So they are all here to represent different committees. It actually will say here as their name / by what committee they serve on, as well as their contact information, so that if any of you at any point would like to get involved with this committee, if you guys are like, yeah, I want to help plan the next social, that sounds like a lot of fun, you guys can absolutely reach out to Cecilia, Joe, Brittany. If you guys are looking to build your downline, you're really interested in passive income and profit share opportunities, you guys can meet with our growth committee. We also do have a KW Cares, actually that's kind of looped in actually this year with our social committee, but we do also have career development, and that's somebody who they're actually representing the market center in terms of the training. So if you guys are like, I would love to see a class on finance, I want to know about how to invest in real estate, you can bring those ideas to career development, and they'll work with us as leadership to help get that back on the calendar so that you guys can take advantage of the opportunity. So if you are looking to be part of those conversations or even just hear those conversations, there's contact information shared here so that you guys can reach out. But they also each will meet once a month at the start of the month, and that's all posted to the calendar so you guys can be aware of when they're meeting and be part of the next one. A little bit further down, we do have our wonderful productivity coaches here. So what we kind of describe our mentorship here at KWB is we describe it as 3 separate pillars, because you guys will each get 3 separate individuals. So your productivity coaches being the first pillar of mentorship. Your productivity coaches are amazing for helping you guys to strategize and goal set. So they want to know, like, what are we trying to achieve in our first year? What are those goals? What's our approach going to be? They're here to help you guys navigate that. They're here to discuss scripts with you. They're going to share this information with you. They all meet weekly so that you guys will have an opportunity for group coaching weekly with any other clients with your coach. And then you guys can also work with your coach to schedule separate one-on-ones so you can have those more intimate conversations about where my numbers are at, where I want them to be, has my goal changed, or do I need to look in a different direction? They're here to help you guys kind of navigate and really strategize in those first few months that you're here. And they're just truly amazing individuals, all with successful businesses on their backs. So please feel free to bring any questions to them. They're phenomenal. We also have our T group partners. And as I mentioned, we kind of have like that first step before going to Sabra. And this is going to be your T group partner. So your T group partners are also very seasoned agents in this office, also with very successful businesses on their back. Your T group partners are going to be very knowledgeable with the forms and contracts that you guys will encounter as part of your transactions. So your T group partner is going to be able to kind of help answer those questions about the transaction maybe before going to Sabra. Again, if it's always a legal matter, I do recommend go straight to Sabra. However, if it's just, hey, I just want to make sure that I filled out this form right, and then am I missing something? Do I need to do it this way? Talk to your T group partner first. They have a smaller group that they oversee versus the 500, so that you'll likely hear back from them first. Most of the time, they will have the answer, and if they don't, they'll then be able to direct you on to who will. So again, each of these individuals are amazing. They meet weekly to discuss and kind of chunk down what those forms and contracts are. So you guys will get that over several weeks. So it's a much easier to digest the information and really take it to heart. But if you guys have any questions, or maybe if you're realizing my T group partner meets at 1 o'clock on Mondays and that's not good for my schedule, if you guys fall into that boat, reach out to me, because I can absolutely switch you guys to a T group partner who will meet at a time that works for you, because this is a resource we want to make sure you have the opportunity to take advantage of. I don't want anyone to have a true scheduling conflict on a consistent basis and feel like they're missing out on something really great. So let me know if anybody realizes there's a scheduling conflict. I'm happy to make some changes for you so that we can find somewhere that really works for you. And the next little bit here, our third pillar of mentorship is going to be our wonderful First Step partners. Our First Step partners, Treva Hunter, Carla Kettler, and Carrie Obenowitz, they are here to help you guys in those first 90 days. So if you guys have more KW Ballantyne specific questions, hey, do you happen to know the link to get the parking pass? Or where do I go? Who do I give my commission check to again? Any questions like that? If you're just kind of more wondering like KW Ballantyne specific processes, maybe just where to find something, this is the individual you can absolutely ask those questions to. Of course, you can reach out to me as well, but these individuals will be assigned to you as well. Each of you will get a First Step partner in addition to your T group partner, and they will be contacting you every couple weeks as you're first getting started, just to make sure everything's okay. Carrie always jokes that, she'll give you guys a call if you guys don't take the call, and she'll leave a voicemail for you. And if you don't call her back, she knows everything's good because you don't need her help. But in the event that you guys have any questions, or maybe you guys are just feeling kind of confused and want to have that conversation with someone about maybe what do I do next, these are great individuals to reach out to as well. And you don't have to feel like, oh, I'm only going to hear from Carrie when she calls me. You guys can call Carrie directly if she's your T group or your First Step partner. Give her a shout. She's happy to answer questions for you guys. And they're very kind, again, very kind-hearted individuals who are here to make sure that you're succeeding. But the other great thing about these individuals is they will send you what's called a 30, 60, 90 ramp up. And you'll notice that that's sitting next to each of their names here. And that's going to be a Google sheet, a spreadsheet that's going to be shared with each of you. And that's going to literally break down by week, like what are the tasks that I can be working on to help propel my business in the first 90 days, because it can be, I'm quite sure, very overwhelming is what I understand thus far. Independent contracting as a whole, I think, is a little overwhelming, and then you add like all the real estate fun on top of it. So if you guys are feeling a little bit confused, lost, anything like that, that's a really great guidance tool. It is not graded. I'm not going to sit here and make sure you did 100% of the tasks, but if you guys are feeling that confusion of what to do next, that's going to be helpful in the long run, that's a really great reference point, and that's something you guys will have access to at any point in time. So again, it just shows you in the next 90 days, what can I be doing for my business? At the bottom here, once we get to the bottom, you will see that we've got some access to some helpful resources, some frequently used websites. All of this information, again, is shared at the top here in our helpful links drop downs. So we'll talk about that in a second. But the next quick tab that I'm just going to share is FAQs. If you guys are wondering who on leadership does what, I don't know who to drop my commission check to, I don't know who to contact about a referral. If you guys just hover over these tiles, it'll tell you who on leadership is responsible and what their contact information is. If you're realizing that your question's not really kind of covered in these few tiles here, reach out to me if you're not sure who to talk to about something. I'm always happy to help connect the dots and put you in touch with who's got the answers. But if you guys are looking as a general question of, I've got a question about coaching, I've got a question about a form, it'll tell you who you guys can contact. I will show you the next, we're going to jump over that About tab. I do like to show you this On-Demand Training tab, mainly because you'll notice that it's password protected. So this is a great opportunity for me to share. So the password to this website, if you see our Wi-Fi password here, it's the same exact password. It is just minus the exclamation point. So Nick, since I know you're online, that password's going to be a capital B, a lowercase AMC, and then the number 350. There's no exclamation point. You'll see that in our Wi-Fi password, but it does not carry over here. But so it's capital B, lowercase AMC, 350. And once you guys are in, you will see here on our On-Demand Training tab on this left-hand button, if you were to select On Demand, This will take you to our KW Ballantyne YouTube channel. So if you guys are realizing I missed any of those recurring meetings, like a team meeting, I missed, what else do we got going on? I missed my orientation. I missed a compliance orientation, anything like that. And again, maybe it's because, hey, I'm dual career. I actually can't make it to those meetings all the time. If that's the case, especially, I want you still to get access to the information. So we do post any recordings from those to this webpage here or to this YouTube channel so that you guys can go home and you can watch it at 6 p.m. if that makes more sense for your schedule. So again, just to cover, this is not every training that is offered here. This is explicitly for our Tech Tuesdays, for our compliance orientation and team meetings. That's all you're going to find on here. If you guys realize that you missed any other opportunities, sometimes you'll actually see that a lot of them are offered just in person now, as we're kind of gearing away from the Zoom world. Thank you. But we are also, in the event that you guys did miss anything that may have been recorded, you guys are welcome to reach out to me. We always encourage that you guys are here live for the trainings because we want you to have the opportunity to really engage, collaborate, and ask questions. But if you are realizing, hey, I've missed something and I want to know if there's a recording, you can feel free to reach out to me. A lot of times I will have access to that information. I will go ahead and close out of that real quick. But on the only other thing to note about that, I am the one who uploads those recordings to YouTube. If you guys go on one day and you say, hey, the Tech Tuesday from 2 weeks ago, I don't see it here. YouTube sometimes algorithmically decides that something is violating their policies. And so they will not let me post it, even though I know full well nobody did any cyberbullying on my call. However, in the event that happens, I still have access to that recording. I just can't share it on the YouTube channel. So if you're noticing the one in particular I'm looking for is not here, reach out to me because I probably can still send you the recording. It just won't be through YouTube. And then the other side here, I apologize. I am going to mute the volume just because it's going to try to be loud. There's a video here that tries to play like right away. This is Scott Leroy's YouTube channel. And when you go to Scott Leroy's YouTube channel, again, if you're looking for more of that on-demand training and maybe you really do well with that tutorial style learning, they do share a great like library of information in here in terms of your technology. They've got small videos that are ranging from just like under 10 minutes, quick tips that you guys can be employing in your business to work command more effectively and efficiently. They've also got entire classes that have been posted that break down what is new with command, how to kind of use your digital marketing tips. There's so much information on here that you guys can use and access at any point in time to be not only understanding the basics of DocuSign and commands, but then how to take it to the next level and really leverage your business with it. And they're going to cover all of that information in here. So again, if tutorial style works really well for you because you'll be able to see them doing the actions, then go ahead and please take advantage of this because it's a great opportunity for you to get that tech training at any time. And just down here, there's a little bit more information about Ignite, but I know that a lot of us are already familiar with that. So I'm going to go ahead and skip to the next. And if you guys have questions about Ignite, you're welcome to email me. But I will go ahead and jump to our office resources. If you actually are just going to hover instead of clicking on the office resources, you'll notice there are two things here at the top of the drop down. One is advertising guidelines. So if you guys are wondering, what do I legally need to have on a flyer? What do I legally need to include on my business card? Things like that. A lot of that will be covered in the advertising guidelines. It will tell you in there to email. I think it's, I can't even tell you what the email address is. The email address, though, I know right now is outdated on there. So if you guys are looking to email for approval, do use that kwballantynebic@gmail that I shared with you earlier. And that's by Tasha and Saber's Pictures if you guys are looking for that information. There's also access to the do not call list. And I know that many of us probably know at this point about the do not call list and the severity of not following the do not call list. So if you guys have questions or are looking to get that information and have access to it, that is where you can do that. You'll click on that and it'll explain how to walk through and register so that you can understand who is on the do not call list. If you were to just click into it, though, same exact password that we already discussed. It's capital B, lowercase AMC, and the number 350. When you get into the Office Resources tab, this is going to be probably one of the ones that I would say you guys use the most frequently on this website. Under the General Forms, anybody North Carolina licensed, under this General Forms side here, if you click Get Forms, it will navigate you to a Google Drive folder that Saber comprised herself of a lot of the forms she felt that agents were asking about on a regular basis. So what I will say up front is this is not going to be every form that you guys are going to need for a transaction. A lot of those state forms will still need to either populate for you through DocuSign, or they will need to come from zip forms through Matrix and Canopy. So you guys will still need to kind of look elsewhere for the state forms, unfortunately. But any of those KW Ballantyne specific forms that are disclosing our partnerships, anything like that, that you guys really need to include, inter-office referral agreements, things like that, that information will all be found in this Google Drive folder. There also are some fun ones in here that I think are really helpful. This just shows you how to do from a walk-in to a walk-through and all the steps in between, basically. So she does have some great information shared here, but this is kind of where you're going to find a lot of that information. If you guys are South Carolina licensed or both even, any South Carolina forms of equal value will be on this side here. So you would just click the Get Forms button there. In the middle here, though, if you were to select the Get Checklist option, this is going to show you a Google Drive folder that Sabra built up that explain the breakdown of basically step-by-step through the transaction, which is, I think, amazing. So especially as you guys are first starting out, maybe it's not muscle memory yet, and I don't quite know everything that I need to have at what time I need to have it shared with my client. If you were to click on any random one here, this is a North Carolina listing sale. She does kind of break it down for you. It's pretty phenomenal in terms of all the information she shares in one sheet. So again, maybe just to give you that extra boost of confidence and really comfort going through that first transaction, this can kind of be like your secret playbook on the side that you guys are, referencing here and there, just to make sure you've covered all your bases and you've got everything where you need it to be at the time that it needs to be there. And like I said, Sabra has just about every transaction under the sun for North Carolina and South Carolina in here. So if you guys are looking for a rental, if you guys are looking for a listing or versus a buyer side, she's got all of that in here. You guys will be able to reference that in the title as well of the document. So feel free to utilize these as much as you'd like. You can print them off even if you'd like. I always joke around though, and I say maybe don't show your clients that you've got a checklist, but you guys are welcome to utilize them as much as you would like to, especially when you're first getting started. A little bit further down, though, we do have some information from the CE shop. If you were to click on Find Classes, we actually do partner with the CE shop. So this will take you to a dual branded website for our partnership with them. The great thing about our partnership is that it comes with a lot of discounts. Same with Superior. We also partner very closely with them. So we do offer a discount with Superior as well. So if you guys are looking for post-licensing courses that you need to complete, if you guys are looking for CE that you need to complete, things like that, you can find that in a lot of these resources. You can also be able to take advantage of those discounts so you can get it for a great price. But it does actually, on the CE shop website at least, it does break it down so you can see like a full detailed description of what's included in which package. And then you can also even see what would this discount code do to my my price point, which is phenomenal. The great news too is that I even get like special deals from the CE shop that are sent to me. Anytime that there's a special promotion running for one day only, I share it to the Facebook page first thing in the morning at 8 a.m. so that you guys can take advantage of that code throughout the day. So feel free to use that. And I've seen those codes go as high as I think 45% off. And I know that Superior is a continuous 30% off. So feel free to utilize this. Again, CE Shop is great too because it's not exclusive to just North Carolina. You guys can access, if you guys want to go get your license in Montana, please do. They've got all the information here. One thing I do like, there's two things I like to share in particular about the CE Shop though, while we're kind of on this page. The first thing is that if you guys are, maybe I want to go get my South Carolina license, I haven't done that yet, and I want to do it soon, but maybe I don't know if I've got the same time commitment. I don't know if I can do the in-person at Superior from 9 to whatever. In that event, if you guys have ever dabbled with the idea of would I do well with self-paced learning, they do offer a free trial through the CE shop. So you guys can sign up to do a week's worth of self-paced learning for these licenses. If it works out great and you loved it and you're like, yes, I can do this, then you guys can sign up right there, pay the price to continue on with the lesson. But if you guys realize, yeah, nope, not for me, then you guys get to walk away. There is no skin in the game in terms of having to pay for anything afterwards. So you really do get a full, like true free trial to explore that avenue, which I think is amazing because that's not something you see a lot. And I know that self-paced learning is a whole different breed sometimes. But if you go under the Agent Essentials, this is the last thing I will show you guys on this page. Not that there's not plenty to divulge into, but if you guys were to select on Hot Topics under the Agent Essentials, this will take you to an entire e-library, basically, of different books, podcasts, articles. We've got audiobooks, I think, as well, videos that are all shared in this library. So not only is this something that you guys are welcome to to use as a tool so you guys can continue to learn, maybe even entertain yourselves. They do some funny ones here and there. You guys are welcome to utilize any of this to your advantage. But another great thing too is that you're welcome to just share the link on Facebook. Use it as something to diversify your social media marketing so that you're getting more traffic to your page. So you guys can share anything that you think would be useful. If you want to share the informative ones about what the market's doing, if you guys want to share more of the funny ones, because maybe the market's not doing anything positive right now. We want to laugh. So they've got plenty of content on here that you guys are welcome to share. So it's just kind of a great resource for you guys to have access to, and kind of why I like to share it with you guys. I'm going to close out of that though. But again, we're still all under the office resources tab here. There is a Valentine floor plan. I have never personally had to reference the Valentine floor plan. However, I know that our office is a slightly confusing format. So if you think you would benefit from having the floor plan, go ahead, print it out, click on it, reference it anytime you want. If you want me to, I can toss you a different pen. Of course. And then a little bit down towards the bottom here, we do have numbers to know. So, hey, I just passed my South Carolina license exam. I'm so excited. I got to fill out the application to get the license now. I just don't know the firm license number. That's going to be something shared here under the numbers to know. You'll see we've got our South Carolina firm number right there. Any numbers like that, or what is our MLS ID for the firm, you'll be able to find all that information right here, as well as our market center number, Wi-Fi information. So at any point, if you guys are realizing, hey, I don't know that number, check here first, but always reach out to me, your T group partner, Tasha, anybody like that. We can always answer those questions for you or direct you to the person who can. So feel free to check there first, though, for those funky numbers. Under the tech resources tab, I'm just going to kind of like highlight a couple pieces here, but again, so much more to look at any point in time. But under the tech resources here, Marty Miller for Teams, for example, that is an entire YouTube channel. Again, is a 66-day challenge. So it breaks down building up your social media marketing profile through command. It breaks that down for you. I think it's through command. It might be through your website. I apologize. I'm sorry. Thank you. So great. Thanks, Chris. Marty Miller for Teams, though, breaks it down into 66 days. So all of these videos are short, sweet, and to the point. And it just kind of, again, chunking it sometimes helps. It's not as overwhelming. It's not as confusing. So Marty Miller for Teams, complete your marketing profile in 66 days. It's a great tool for you guys if that's something that you think you'd benefit from using. Again, no requirement. If you'd rather do it all at once, if you'd rather meet with Jules and Leah, you're welcome to do the same. But it's an option for anybody who's interested in taking it. We do also have access to, again, just different things that you guys can immediately direct to. Pivot Shift Ahead is a phenomenal. I believe that's actually going to take you to the Facebook page. Pivot Shift Ahead is a Facebook page, amazing, run by James Shaw. I know you know about this one. And he's amazing. He talks all about the market, what it's doing, what can we be doing in our business to combat what the market's doing? How can I pitch my scripts to my client in a better way? Like, just covers so much good information. And they talk every morning, bright and early, about 15 minutes to 30 minutes, I think, for each call. So it's nothing too crazy, but so much value. So another great tool for you guys if you're interested in taking advantage of it. Another access as well to answers at kw.com. The next thing here, though, under helpful links, a couple things to highlight. One is our ALC meeting minutes. If you guys have realized, oh, I didn't get to sit in on the last ALC meeting, but I do kind of want to know, like, what did they vote on? Like, what's going to be changing about Valentine? You guys can reference the ALC meeting minutes there. It's a Google Drive folder, so you'll be able to access any of that information and find out the conversations that they were having. We also have a prayer request form. Whether or not you choose to use that is entirely up to you. You're also welcome to just kind of share information with us, but the reason that is there is because I like to take this point. You guys are very seriously considered our family as part of KWB. So if there's ever anything going on in your lives, the lives of your loved ones, even somebody else in the office, maybe they're too shy to come forward, but you want us to know, you can absolutely let us know, whether that stays privately within leadership and we just kind of hold on to that information and pray amongst ourselves. That's, again, but if you're like, no, actually this one is big, I would like as much prayer power as possible, you can tell us that as well. And we'll share that with the market center. We'll try to get everybody praying for you guys. So again, this is really just an opportunity for me to share that you guys are very seriously considered our family. So please do just keep us aware of what's going on in your lives, because we do want to help in any capacity that we can. We also do offer KW Cares, I know, is a charitable foundation through KW where you can donate, and they use that same money to go towards agents in need. And that's on an international level, but we also do have a KW Valentine KW Cares as well. So that's money that we collect through fundraisers over time, through just donations in general. And that's money that we hold on to help our agents in need. So if there is ever things going on in your life, please help keep us aware so that we can be there for you in every capacity possible. The next thing here is our KW perks. So welcome to independent contracting, guys. You don't have insurance now. I'm so sorry. However, KW perks has actually been recently released, and this is phenomenal. It's an opportunity for you guys through Keller Williams and their partnership with Capstone Financial. You guys will be able to get into kind of like still marketplace where you shop around and get to see what everybody can offer for your particular plans. However, they said on average agents are saving, I want to say upwards of 20%. So please do look at this as a possibility, because you never know if you're going to be able to even just, hey, I've already got insurance, but maybe there's something better out there. It gives you an opportunity just to look. So I highly recommend taking a glance at that, because obviously in the event of anything, everybody should be insured. So just take care of yourselves, everybody. But the next little bit here, access to those discount codes through the CE shop as well as Superior School of Real Estate. Those are not only limited, they're not limited to just you. If you want to share that with somebody else, you're like, hey, my buddy wants to go into real estate school, share the code, give your buddy 30% off. You're more than welcome to do that. It's a great tool for you guys also to use when like extending the opportunities here at Ballantyne to other individuals. So feel free to use those for yourself, for others, and share them around. A little bit further down, you will see access to scheduling a conference room. This is probably the fastest way to get to that, so I would just highlight that real quick. And then the next here, I will actually click on for you, our strategic vendor partners spreadsheet. So hey, I did not join that Facebook page, but I do want to know who our movers are. My clients have to go soon. You guys will be able to see every partner that we've got in our vendor program, organized by their industry and field. You'll see their contact information, who they work with, what their contact info is, any services they offer, websites, things like that. So again, you'll see here that we have some of them we've got 3 to 5 already. Some of them you'll see right now for electricians, we've only got 1 listed. So if anybody actually knows a vendor that they work closely with in the past that they love, you guys are also welcome to bring suggestions forward to us. So if there's anybody that you think as a vendor would benefit from the opportunities at KWB and would and you guys kind of want to do the mutually beneficial, I want to help you, and you help me. You guys are welcome to invite these individuals to joining our vendor program. And that's as simple as just shooting PJ Kennedy an email, and his business cards are actually up at the front desk. So PJ's kind of being responsible right now for our relationships with our vendors and helping to invite individuals to the program, really detailing a lot of that information with them. So if you guys have somebody in mind that you think would be a great addition to our vendor program, please let PJ know. Because we are definitely we are looking for garage door companies, but there are some that we've got plenty and more. Home inspectors, we got a lot of home inspectors. So I promise you we'll be covered there. So there's a lot of great information on the sheet though, and quick for you to reference so you can again get those multiple quotes for your clients. And again, still just back to the helpful links. A couple other things down here. We've got the Think Like a CEO podcast, which is done with Gary Keller and Jay Papazan. So there's a lot of great information there, just getting you guys in the right mindset to be business owners and take it to the next level. And then there's also the one I do really like to discuss is Outfront Magazine, and I'll be quick about that. The reason I love Outfront Magazine is like a magazine, they do monthly they publish monthly. I can't talk. So sorry. But so Outfront Magazine every month will publish a new, actually what it's kind of considered is like a social media calendar. So if you guys are seriously considering using social media to your advantage and making that a primary marketing platform for yourself, Outfront Magazine literally publishes each month a post a day that you guys can be doing. So if it's just a rainy Tuesday or I'm really not sure what I can be sharing today, they have an idea for every single day of the month. So if you guys are trying to keep that profile active and be in front of people all the time with it, but you're really not sure what you want to share that day, that's a great reference. You can follow it to a T all the way through if you would like, but if you're really just struggling one day to come up with an idea, that's a great reference for you. The only other 2 things I'm going to share with you really briefly before we kind of get into any questions. The first here is this Facebook icon. If you guys click it, it will directly take you to that first Facebook page we discussed, which is just the agents and the leadership team. So if you're not already a part of that and you want a quick and easy way, just click that Facebook icon and you'll be able to ask approval. Yeah, ask approval and request to join. And then the next tab here is I need tech help. So in the event that you guys either one have a tech question or you want to understand command better on a basic level, or 2, you guys actually want to discuss even maybe leveraging different things in your business. Maybe I don't feel like I want to handle the postcards, or, I'd love if somebody could be responsible for my social media campaign because that's just not my strong suit. If you click the I need tech help button, it will allow you to schedule a 30-minute free consultation with Jules and Leah, our 2 tech coordinators here. And it'll actually show you all the available times that they have, and you'll be able to drop right into their calendar at any point. So go ahead and book that. You can even specify within if you'd like that to be done in person or through Zoom. And they're happy to accommodate either way. But again, this is just an opportunity for you guys to connect with them, whether that's to do a general introduction and like, what are the 3 things you'd think that I should be working on right now, or if it's I want to take my business to the next level, and that's going to start with me personally leveraging some of that stuff. They're here for some concierge marketing services as well. So they're a great resource here in this office, and you'll be able to see their available time slots so that you guys can take advantage of booking time with them. But I think as a general, that is pretty much everything on KWB resources. There's one additional thing I'm going to share with you guys. It is a separate website. So what I'm going to do is, I know I just like word vomited all over everybody today. And I apologize because I know it's a lot of information. The great news is there will be a recording that you guys can slow me down and kind of chunk it down if you need to. But if you guys have any questions about this website now, I'd love to do those questions here and now, and then I'll show you the next little quick thing, because I don't want anyone to get confused and lose their question. So are there any questions that are standing out to anybody at this point in time? Yes. So that is a great question. I think that there's a way to do it. Okay. So that one, I will be honest, I'm not the best expert with. There may be a way to do it. If not, I do know that you can copy individual events. And I know that's not ideal because it's only so much. But I will talk to Jules and Leah because they're a little bit just better with the Google side of things. So I will talk to them and see if there's something that I'm missing that I can share with you to make it a little easier. But as a general reference, this is a great way for you just to see the overview, and you can copy the individual events. But I will keep you updated if I find out a better way to do it. Yes. Yeah. You can, it's as simple as just shooting me an email, honestly, and say, hey, this isn't working for me. And if you want to tell me, like, so one thing is, I will say, you can see all of our T group times on this calendar. So you can see when each of the meetings are. So if you want to look at that and just say, hey, actually this Richard's going to work really well for me because it's Tuesdays from 2 to 3 or something like that. If you want to, I know that was probably the worst example, right? That's probably that's the conflict. So yeah, if you want to look at them and say, okay, the Thursdays 1:30 to 2:30, that's much better. Just shoot it to me in an email and I'll make the swap for you. Yep. And when I do that, what I will do is I send an email to your original T group partner and your new partner and explain that you're switching groups for a scheduling conflict. And then I send you a second email where I share your new partner's information. Yep. No, please do. Mm-hmm. No, shouldn't be a problem at all. Is it the Wednesday one that you want to do? Yep. So 2 to 3 on Wednesdays. Does that work? Perfect. I can switch you to that one later. So I'm going to take a quick note of that. And then I will be able to do that for you. All righty. Any other questions? So usually we do say to stick with your same T group partner, and then just continue to go to their same meetings, just because they're going to be chunking it down, and where they left off might not be where the other T group partners left off. So it's just easier for you to stay on track with everything. And it's easier for them to kind of continually engage because they know that you're part of their group. So you have been assigned a T group partner. Do you happen to know who it is off the top of your head? Okay. Okay. Yeah, no worries. If you want to make a swap, just go ahead and email me and let me know. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Well, then I'll let you keep doing that for a little bit, and you tell me if somebody stands out as like, this is the time that works the best for me. And then I'll be able to make that switch for you. Yeah, of course. Anybody else? Any questions? Yeah. Mhm. So basically, once you kind of, I would talk to them a little bit, and just say, hey, there's an opportunity for you if you wanted to be part of a preferred vendor program. You get access to over 500 agents, contact information. If they're interested in that, say, hey, I'm just going to introduce you to PJ Kennedy in our office. He's kind of representing our vendor program right now. and even be like a three-way email exchange, kind of CC that individual on there. PJ will be able to reach out to them. Usually he calls them, I will say, but he'll explain basically what everything entails in the vendor program, what the cost associated is as well, so that he can have those conversations. If the vendor is still interested in joining after having that conversation, they'll basically then, they'll be sent some paperwork. They'll fill out that paperwork. They'll drop off their check with Lynn, and then they're good to go. We'll add them to the spreadsheet, and then I start emailing them about opportunities to get involved with the agents. But that's so basically you could just kind of intro it and then really kind of pass it on, which is great. So if you have anybody that stands out, PJ's, I'm sure you have his contact information, honestly, but if you need it, it's up at the front desk too. PJ. It's PJ at soldbykennedy.com. I happen to know that one. Anybody else? Any questions before I show you the quick next thing? Okay. I'm going to show you real quick. So mykw.kw.com sounds confusing, but mykw.kw.com. When you go to mykw.kw.com, you're going to use your login information for command. So the login information shared with you from Scott Leroy for command will work for this web page. Haha, that's embarrassing. I think it's just because it's been sitting for so long. So let me type it again. I was trying not to make you guys have to watch me do that. Oh, now it's gonna work. Okay, cool. So once you go to mykw.kw.com and use your login information, you'll kind of see this screen will be your home screen. The two things I like to share, one is white pages. If you guys are looking for an agent in Montana, I need a referral for Montana. This is where you guys can internally search different Keller Williams agents. You can search it by the state that they serve. You can search it by name. If you're even looking like, hey, where do they work? You guys can look for internal search for KW agents. That's a great resource. Contact information listed, all the things. The real thing that I like to show you guys here, though, is if you guys are trying to do an email blast to the office because you have something that you want to share, you will go to the internet. You can do that here, or mine's grayed out right now, but you can do it here as well. It'll say intranet. Click on it, and it will take you to, okay, well, it's going to make me log in. I don't know why. I think it's because I might be logged in on my computer. However, I will share you guys a video of me doing this. What happens next is it will take you to the internet, which is kind of like a library log of any posts that have been made, basically. You as an associate can post, I as leadership can post, and that'll keep track of it in a library. So maybe it's been a couple weeks, but I remember Connie posted something about an open house. Can I search that? You can search it in there. But the great thing about it is you guys will be able to hit create a post. It'll be a red button. You'll create a post. You'll be able to select associate post. And it's pretty straightforward, I will say. But once you select that associate post, it even breaks it down like, do you have an open house? Do you need or want something? Are you sharing? Blah, blah, blah. You guys can then kind of categorize it based off of that. Select what you think closest, I'm not even gonna try that. So select whichever you think is most related to what you're referring to. And then you guys will be able to draft a post. There's a title opportunity. I think it's certain character max. There's also a brief description, certain character max as well. Those are required for you to share. But if you guys have a lot of information you're trying to share and that's just not enough space, there's an option for you guys to add a full post. And it's like little teeny tiny writing in red right below that brief description. You guys can talk about more in-depth detail of what this opportunity entails or what your clients are selling and you need help with. So at that point, once you have everything you want, you can even attach a PDF to it if you like a flyer or something else to go with it. But once you guys have completed all that, you'll just hit publish post in red at the bottom. And what that'll do is it'll take about 10 minutes, unfortunately, so you won't see it right away. But that just by hitting publish, not only will it now exist in that library on the internet, but it will also blast out to all the email addresses of our KW agents. So if you've got a client who's selling their furniture and you're curious to see if anyone's interested, you guys can share that there, post it, hit publish, and every agent in our market center will get that email so that they're aware that your client is selling furniture. So it's a great way, again, for you guys to just communicate with everybody at once, quick and easy for you. And I'm sorry that that's not working for me to show you in a better sense, but I do have a pre-recorded video of it, and I'm happy to share that with you guys in an email later, so that you guys can watch me do it instead of just hearing it, because I know hearing it's not as good. It's a little confusing sometimes. So I will share that with you once I get back to my desk. Is there any other questions? I know that probably didn't strike many, but one question over here. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. I think it would pull, I would think it would pull from, actually, you know what it is? It probably pulls from Winmore, which is our system here. So as you have transactions, that will then start to populate and tick up on there. But if there is a way to see that display based off your pre-existing transactions, I would actually reach out to Jules and Leah, because Leah specifically, because she'll know like where that's linking and pulling from, and then she'll be able to help you to figure out like where we can backtrack and try to correct it if there is a way to do that. Yeah. Yeah, but I would still reach out to Leah because I could be wrong about that, and she would be the one who would be more likely to know the answer. So that way I'm not telling you the wrong thing, hopefully. Um, yeah. Well, thank you. I love that you guys are already playing around with this different technology. That's awesome. Any other questions that stand out at this point in time? All right. If you guys do have questions that come up, because I know when you get home and if you go through the website again, you're like, wait, I don't remember where that parking pass information was, anything like that, shoot me an email because I'm happy to go ahead and explain it to you then, and kind of share where I went for that information. But at this point, I will go ahead and dismiss everybody. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate you taking an hour of your day to do this with me. I hope that you guys took away some information that'll be helpful to you in the future. And then the last thing I'm going to leave with is anybody still interested in that key fob, top of your brain, come with me to my office real quick and we will go ahead and grab you one. And Nick, since I know that you are online today, I also, I've got Samantha and T on here too. If anybody does not have a key fob that is online today, the next time you're in the office, I'm happy to give you one. I will be back in the office at 8:30 on Monday morning, and then here till 5:30 Monday through Friday. So I will see you next week, guys. Thank you. Bye, everybody. You're welcome.